In August 1997, a team of scientists picked up a sound on their underwater microphones. They had heard thousands of sounds before: whale calls, submarine engines, earthquakes, volcanoes. They had a database for all of it. This was not in the database. The sound lasted about 1 minute. It started low, almost below the range of human hearing, and it slowly rose in pitch. It was detected at the same moment by stations thousands of miles apart. That meant whatever made it was extraordinarily loud, louder than anything in their records. They named it the Bloop. And the part nobody could move past was this: the sound profile matched a biological source, not a machine, not an earthquake, something alive. Something that, based on the sheer volume, would have to be many times larger than the blue whale, the largest animal ever recorded on Earth. Science had no candidate. It still doesn't. Here's the thing about the ocean that most people never fully grasp. We treat it like a known place. We put it on maps. We name it. We fly over it. We pull fish from it and eat them for dinner. And somewhere in the back of our minds, we assume that something this large must be roughly understood by now. It is not. 95% of the ocean has never been explored, not mapped in low resolution, not partially surveyed, never seen, never touched by any human instrument. We have better maps of Mars than we do of our own ocean floor. There are mountain ranges down there longer than the distance from New York to Los Angeles that we have never seen. And the deepest point, the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench, sits at 11,034 meters below the surface. Only 3 human beings in all of history have ever been there. 3, in a species of 8 billion people. To understand why, you need to understand pressure. At the surface, 1 atmosphere, comfortable, normal. At 1,000 meters, the pressure is 100 atmospheres, enough to crush a steel oil drum instantly. Not gradually, instantly, like crumpling a piece of paper. At the Challenger Deep, it reaches 1,086 atmospheres, over 1,000 times the pressure at the surface. An unprotected human body would not be crushed. It would cease to have a recognizable shape within milliseconds. And yet, when we sent instruments down, when we finally looked, the first thing Jacques Piccard saw through the porthole of his submersible on January 23, 1960, after nearly 5 hours of descent to the deepest point on Earth, was a fish, pale, calm, resting on the sediment, completely unbothered. It just sat there. That changed the question entirely. Before that moment, the question was whether anything could survive in extreme conditions. After that moment, the question became something much harder. Where exactly can life not survive? In 1977, a research vessel named NOAA was surveying the ocean floor near the Galapagos Islands. At 2,500 meters below the surface, in complete darkness, in water reaching 400 degrees Celsius near the vent openings, hot enough to melt lead, with no sunlight and no photosynthesis, they found a garden. Tube worms 3 meters tall, giant white crabs, shrimp, mussels. An entire ecosystem built not on sunlight, but on the heat of the Earth itself. Every biology textbook written before that day stated as a foundational fact that all life on Earth ultimately depends on the sun. In a single afternoon in 1977, that fact was proven wrong. Not revised, wrong. And that ecosystem had been there for thousands of years before anyone arrived. Entire generations of creatures living and dying in total darkness, with no awareness that a world of sunlight existed kilometers above their heads. The ocean did not wait for us to know about it. In 2020, researchers off the coast of California encountered something at 625 meters depth that no human had ever seen before. A colonial organism, Not one animal, but thousands of individual creatures connected and functioning as a single body, hovering in the water in a spiral formation. They measured it. It was 47 meters long, the longest biological structure ever recorded in human history, longer than a blue whale, floating in the dark just off the coast of one of the most technologically advanced cities on Earth, unseen until 2020. Nobody knows how many others like it exist. In 2010, researchers found that approximately 76% of all species living between 200 and 1,000 meters depth produce their own light. Not a minority, the majority. The deep ocean is not dark and silent the way we imagined. It is filled with living light, a constant shifting glow produced by the creatures themselves. A light show happening right now in a place no human eye reached for the overwhelming majority of human history. We did not know this until 14 years ago. Return to the bloop. In 2005, NOAA officially concluded the sound was most likely an icequake, large-scale fracturing of Antarctic ice. Most scientists accepted this. Some did not, because the scientists who first flagged the bloop were the same people who process icequake data every single day. They know what icequakes sound like. They named it the bloop precisely because it did not sound like one. The frequency profile matches a biological source more closely than any icequake on record. If something biological produced it, that animal would have to be significantly larger than a blue whale, an animal whose heart alone is the size of a small car. Whatever made the bloop would make a blue whale look small. There is no known animal, living or extinct, that fits, which means either the icequake explanation is correct, or there is something in the ocean we haven't found yet. The ocean has existed for 3.8 billion years. We have been studying it seriously for less than 80. In that time, we found life without sunlight, life under pressure that destroys steel, a 47-meter living structure nobody saw until 2020, sounds with no confirmed explanation, and an entire bioluminescent world we did not know existed until 14 years ago. That is what 5% gave us. Between 50 and 80% of the oxygen you breathe in every breath right now is produced by the ocean, not by forests, by microscopic organisms in the surface layer of a body of water we have barely looked at. You are breathing the output of a system you have never examined. We named this planet Earth. Given that 71% of it is covered in water and 95% of that water remains completely unknown, that might be the most confidently wrong decision our species ever made. Whatever is down there, in the dark, in the pressure, in the 95% we have never seen, it was here before us. It will be here after us. It does not know we exist, and the ocean keeps its secrets the way it always has, quietly, completely, without apology.